Now it's time to refactor our code. So let's move those validation middlewares to another JavaScript file. So here, let's create a new folder and name it validators. And inside it, we're gonna create a new file and name it bug.validator.js. Now let's move our code to it. So here, we're gonna copy this middleware, this array. So let's just cut it. And here, let's paste it and save it inside a constant. So const create bug validation equals to this array. And let's refactor our code. Second, let's also move the update validation. So here, let's copy this array also and go here. So const update bug validation equals to this array. And also, let's move this function here, the validation result and this if condition. Let's create a function to make our code reusable. So let's cut this code also and go to our bug validator and create a function. Let's name it handle validation errors, and it's gonna be JavaScript arrow function, and we're gonna paste our code here. So errors equals to validation result of request. And if we have errors, we're gonna just return them. And we want to continue if we don't have any errors. So we're gonna just add next, call it to continue to the route handler. This next passes control to the next middleware route handler. And don't forget to import this function and the body and the param from Express validator. So here, let's go to our book routes and let's copy also this code here. And let's paste it at the top here. So here we import the body, validation result, and the param from Express validator. Now, one last step is to export those middlewares. So if you want to use this code inside another file, we want to use those validation in POX route file. So we need to export those middlewares first. So here, at the bottom, module.exports, we're gonna export create bug validation and update bug validation and handle validation errors. This function here. Now let's press save and let's go and import those middlewares and this function. So here we're gonna require, we are in the route. So we want to go one level up. So ... Then we're going to go to our validators folder. Then we're gonna select bug validator. And from it, we're gonna just import create bug validation and handle validation errors and update bug validation. For our create bug, we're gonna just add create bug validation middleware here. After this comma and before async and await function, like this. Let's format our code, just make it like this. So you add here the route name, then the validation, then your async function. And instead of this validation function and this if condition, we can just remove it. And we can use also handle validation errors here that we've created in our validator file. Now let's do the same in the put request. So let's go down here. After the ID, we're gonna just add our update bug validation. And after it, we're gonna also add the validation errors like this. Now let's format our document like this. And let's try to test our code. So here, let's open Postman and let's try to add a new bug. Oops, we got here internal server errors. Let's go and see the error. We got here an error, rec is not defined. The request is not defined. We forgot to add the request here inside our handle validation errors. So it's important to add the request in this function because we are using here the request and response. So we got here error, request is not defined. And if I fix it, you're gonna also another error, response is not defined. So we need to add the request, response, and next also. So let's add them here. So rec and res and next. And let's press save. Now let's try to test again. Now we don't get any errors in the log. Let's try to send a request to create a new bug. Now, great, the bug is created. Let's try to make any validation errors. For example, let's make the price -1. Now look, we got here a price error. Everything works perfectly. Now let's go and try to update a bug. So let's try to make, for example, the count in stock 9,000 or 90,000. Now look, we got here error, bad request. Let's try to make it 40. Now everything works correctly. Next lesson, we're going to add validation to delete and get by ID.